That photo behind you, can you
Yes.
describe what we're seeing there?
So that is a stormwater outfall. I believe this one belongs to the city of Albuquerque, but the way the stormwater systems work in our area, like in the greater Albuquerque metro area, we have a lot of interconnected. There are places that are unincorporated Bernalillo County, places that are city of Albuquerque, places that are MAFCA, the flood control authority, belongs to them, and they all interlink. And so that we go in, it goes Bernalillo County, goes into the city, then goes into MAFCA, then goes into the county, then goes back out, right? So even though this particular, it's very complicated. The systems are all tangled up together. So this particular outfall belongs to the city, but it likely has inputs from lots of different entities that are covered under this permit. And so this outfall goes directly to the Rio Grande. And what you are seeing is there's a bit of a screen on there, and it's caught some of the plastic bags. Plastic bags tend to be one of the biggest contributors to plastics pollutions, along with cups, polystyrene, packaging, all sorts of plastics that we have in our stream of waste.
So a couple of weeks ago, the Water Protection Advisory Board wrote to Albuquerque officials urging the city council to reconsider its earlier repeal of the ordinance. And in that letter, they wrote that the city collects annually the city collects and disposes of about 5 semi-truckloads of plastic bags from drains. And they wrote that that doesn't include the plastic bags that are collected from drains by other entities. Is that an accurate picture of the scale of this waste?
Yeah, so we, all of the entities that have stormwater systems, we clean them out. We have to collect this waste, and we all track it as part of regulations under this permit. And that's pretty accurate. A large portion of the material that's collected is sediment and other things like that. But, plastics are a big part of that debris, the trash portion of it. So plastic bags, cups, water bottles, packaging, all of that is there, and then it breaks down. And so even though a large portion of that is sediments, you may have a lot of what we call microplastics in there, because those plastics break down over time when they're exposed to sunlight and become smaller pieces. So that becomes part of that waste stream as well that gets into our rivers.
Yeah, can you talk about that a little bit more? We see, the visual behind you is very obvious. We see plastic bags stuck to cactus and fences and all over the place. But what about those bits that we can't necessarily see? What's the problem with those?
So those plastics, so when plastics start breaking down, they leach out toxins in there. There are various types of toxins. It depends on the type of plastic. There are lots of different chemicals, but we know that a lot of them really impact human and wildlife health, and they're linked to cancers and endocrine disruptors and hormonal disruptions, and all. There's all sorts of things that we've linked these toxins and plastics to, and so that gets into the water. It gets in when it becomes smaller pieces. Animals can easily eat it. The real big problem with that, obviously, there's some toxins in there, but also their bodies. We can't digest plastic. So what ends up happening is those plastics just get lodged in their digestive system.
I feel like our city's plastic bag ban was complicated because it was passed in 2019, but then it was kind of pulled back because of the pandemic and just so much uncertainty at the beginning of the pandemic in particular. But do you have a sense of how something like the city's plastic bag ban can reduce this waste stream that you're having to deal with?
Yeah, I think you can look. There are studies that have been done in other cities that have had plastic bag bans. And so, for example, the city of San Jose saw a reduction in plastic bag litter from what had been 12% of their floatables or their trash debris in 2010 to 4% in 2012, just from having that plastic bag ban. And that's considerable. And we're seeing that in other places. Bay Area has done a lot of studies. You can look at those, but a lot of the places that have these bans, we do see a significant reduction in plastic waste.